And good morning, welcome to Jenn Jiggles, finally. That is gonna happen today. Ooh, sorry, my camera got a whack. I haven't done my face and I haven't done my hair. And Kim, you know why, cause you're my bestie, and I don't feel good. I have a bronchitis, and that is why I have not recorded on Monday, and I've waited till Wednesday because I've been in bed pretty much all the time with earache, chesty cough. When I lie down, I can't catch air and I cough, and it's just, I have never been so sick, but since we got back, and I've had 2 really bad colds just in the last 4 months or so. So next year we're gonna flu jab, cause you know. But anyways, that's not why you're here. So my loss last week was 1.8 pounds. Yay! Cute crowd. Yeah, so 1.8 pounds, which I was really pleased with. Although I did say to Kim in an email, I think it's kind of cheaty because, you know, I didn't feel well, I didn't really eat proper. And I don't by eating proper, I mean, not junk food, but just like eating period, from about Thursday afternoon on. My poor husband has the same thing, and it's just a bad bug. I hope no one gets it who I know, because it's chills and shivering and fever, and then chills and then fever and then chills, and then, oh, it's bad. But anyway, hopefully I'm getting to the point where I'm going to see the tail end of it and I'll be done. In the end, oh, I'm just having some coffee this morning in my little mug that I got from Wicker Creatures, I should say. I got it from a yarn festival last year up here. And a little mouse who sews and cross stitches. So anyway, yeah, so what's been going on? I did get a little garden tilling done yesterday until I couldn't breathe anymore. I got about 10 minutes of tilling done in the bed at the bottom of the garden, which was really good. So that was good exercise. I have been trying to do walking, but I can't do it for more than 5 minutes because I just start coughing and I get out of breath. Blah, 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 blah. Leg lifts are still happening. Yeah. I think the last time I saw you, Blossom had been to be fixed. She's lots better now, although yesterday she had a bit of anxiety. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my dog. But I was outside talking to my neighbor, and I came back in, and she had shit all over my lounge, which really pissed me off, and she knew she did wrong. So she basically, I yelled at her. I did yell at her because I was really mad because there was no call for it. And she basically hid under the dining room table till Ian got home, and then when he found out what she did, she was back hiding. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad, but I don't, because there's no reason for it. And even Ian, who has a bigger heart than me, and he's like totally really good person and understanding and blah 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 blah, actually said that was just spiteful, and I went, yeah, it really was. So yeah, what else has been going on? Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. I haven't been in my craft room. This is the first time I've actually been in my craft room this week, except for to get Blossom out of her crate. And if you can hear crunching, that's her on her bone. Yeah, I haven't been in here to do anything. I just sewed my apron, which is why I have it on. One of the straps got pulled out in the wash. I haven't done laundry since Thursday, so I have a load of laundry in the washer right now. Yeah, it's been that kind of sickness. But I have tried to continue with my exercise. I've been eating a lot of fresh fruit and veg. We actually got a takeaway, I think it was Saturday night, an Indian takeaway, and I actually ate the salad with the yogurt dressing. That's what I had out of the Indian takeaway. I just didn't, sorry, my ear aches. Just didn't feel like anything. So yesterday, the bulk of my work was that 10 minutes up there. I did general picking up. That was my exercise, plus about, sporadically, I probably did 20 minutes of walking, but not enough continuity in that to probably make a difference, because I did get on the scale and it did say I was 0.4 pounds heavier. I'm not sure why, because basically I ate pretty healthy yesterday. I had fruit for breakfast, and what did I have for lunch yesterday? Holy crap, I never ate lunch yesterday. And then last night I had roast chicken with roast carrots and roast potatoes, but I didn't eat all my roast potatoes, trying to stay away from that. But yeah, so who knows? Might be muscle mass, who knows? Anyway, yeah, so, right, the big news that I said I might have for everybody that I would be doing on Friday when I was sick and didn't do it, and then didn't do it on Monday because I was sick. Ian has changed jobs, or will be changing jobs in 1 month's time. And so with the advent of this, we will not only be paying our house off in 3 years. The salary increase was quite a bit. I think he had planned this all along, but he didn't really say anything to me. He's a great guy, and he's allowing me to be home and not work out of the house, and that's really kind and very generous of him. But anyway, yeah, he's changed jobs, and with the advent of this, like I said, the house will be paid off in 3 years. We are going to sell and move. I didn't want to say anything before. I know I've alluded to the fact that our new neighbors they're either really inconsiderate or they're, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to be too mean. But they don't seem to be the brightest bulbs in the pack. And the young woman that's over there, I continually go downstairs, and like yesterday I had a nap for about an hour because I wasn't feeling, the most chipper. And I came back downstairs, and again I walked through my lounge, and she's leaning over the balcony looking in our back window. And that is one, very intrusive, and two, it just is creepy as hell. And we're going to put a barrier up on the wall between our places, but it's not just that. It's the door slamming in the middle of the night. You can't speak to them. They won't speak to you. I did go out yesterday, and I did say, and I had a smile on my face, but you could tell that smile wasn't coming from my heart, if you know what I mean, and said, "Can I help you?" And she sneered at me and walked back into her house and didn't say anything. And I thought, it's dead quiet in my house because I've been napping, so there hasn't been any noise. So there's no reason for her to be looking like somebody's being stabbed to death in my back window. And it's not the first time it's happened. Ian was here. And it's a shame that we feel uncomfortable. We don't just feel uncomfortable with them as new neighbors. We feel uncomfortable with other neighbors around us. And yeah, I mean, moving here, this house is lovely. We're still going to do some work to it, but we should have, I have a better understanding of what it's like to be the odd man out. And we have that on that side with ignorant people who either just weren't raised properly and don't know the difference between intrusion and friendliness. It's not like she leaned in to say hi. She just, there's a disconnect, I think. And then on the other side we have an 80-year-old woman who is racist as anything. And then there's a neighbor up the street who shouted, "I hate white people." And these are Asians, Sri Lankan, Pakistani, Indian folks in our neighborhood, which I don't personally have a problem with. But when you're shouting up the street, and I don't know why, because I'm on my back patio, so it's nothing to do with me. I mean, they were out front. When you're screaming things like that, there's a problem. And it's not with me because I'm really friendly. Like I say hi to everybody as they go past my front garden or whatever. I always say hi. But I feel not comfortable here. I won't say not safe. We've just been notified that the man across the street is being watched by the police, which isn't good because every other family on this street, whether they hate white people or not, are quite religious and, you know, keep to themselves. And so that's a bit frightening. Last Thursday, there were 3 police cars at his house. He wouldn't open his front door to them. He opened it a crack. And I didn't know what was happening. And I took a picture and sent it to Ian. It was really sort of frightening, and I didn't know. And I asked the neighbor. I asked racist Roxanne. That's not her name, but you know. Because it's kind of a joke in our house that she is blatant. I mean, she doesn't hide it. And she said, yeah. So that makes me not comfortable. And I know there's drugs everywhere, Jesus Christ. You know, we bought a house in Maine, and, you know, Maine's got a massive drug problem. And, you know, not just dealing, but growing and manufacture. And so you're going to have it wherever you go. I grew up in a teeny tiny town in upstate New York, and I knew people who did smoke marijuana and did naughty things. So, you know, you can't get away from it. But on the other hand, you know, if you got 3 cop cars showing up at your house and you have a pit bull for a dog, I mean, it wasn't obvious to me because I don't know. I don't look at people and expect that they're bad or look for signs that they might be shady McShade. But yeah, this is turning into something not diet related, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, we're not comfortable. We are moving. It is a shame because we really do like this house. But for my part, I can't cope with the creepy candy coating on the other side of our wall. And it's not just that. I mean, it's the slamming doors in the middle of the night, the not being decent enough to come and say, there's going to be drilling here for 7 days and it's going to be loud. And we really apologize. Because I wouldn't say, well, no, you can't do it. I would just say, oh, okay, well, thanks for letting us know, blah, blah, blah. Because that'd be the neighborly thing to do. But they didn't. And they aren't. And it's still happening. So, yep. And the racism, I have no love for a racist. I just think it's abhorrent. I don't have anything else to say about that. Although, I have a racist next to me, and I have a Pakistani racist at the top of the road, apparently, because, you know, when I came back in my house to find out what the frick was going on, I look out, and they're coming up the street, shouting, I hate white people. Well, I'm really sorry, but you hate everybody? You hate all of us? Why? I know there's white assholes, because I live next to a white racist asshole, but I'm not. So don't judge me by other people. Anyway, and thirdly, there's a Facebook group for my community, and Julie Waters, who runs it, who is amazing and does a terrific job, posted a BBC article that came out yesterday, and apparently there was an arrest here a while back, and a jihadist, and he had posted 300,000 texts on Telegram, which is basically the app that's used by terrorists, and was telling other people how to kill people, how to blow things up, was setting up an attack on little Prince George and at his school, and he had gotten a life sentence with basic probation period or parole period up to 25 years, and they reduced it to 19. And I find that that's very sad, because this man was looking to kill a 4-year-old kid and blow people up at their grocery store and poison their ice cream. And I mean, 300,000 messages, pictures of Prince George with 2 jihadists with their faces covered on either side of him. And that's wrong. That's wrong. And I don't feel comfortable living in a community where those people exist. And we're moving. It's a shame. It is a darn shame. We talked about it last night. I mean, to be honest with you, we just really wanted to get out of our rental property in Bamber Bridge. And I said to Ian, I said, well, sometimes we leap before we look over the cliff. And I think this was a case of leaping. And I mean, his argument was, well, you know, it was a nice house and da-da-da-da-da, and it was a lot less money. And I said, well, maybe we should have sat, you know, in the Morrison's Cafe or down on the high street or on our street in our car for an hour, just to sort of get a feel for the neighborhood and what people are like. And we didn't, and we won't be making that mistake again. We're already looking. I don't care what religion, race, blah, blah, blah we move to, but I can't have a racist neighbor. I can't have ignorant neighbors who have no sense of politeness and no concept of people living around them. Can't have that. So yeah. So the plan is 2 to 3 years. We're going to do the floors. I'm going to get the back garden in a state. That looks nice. We're going to do the kitchen cupboards. Put the stairs down to the basement. We are going to have the basement skimmed, which means the walls are going to get plastered, and we're going to paint it. We're going to have somebody else skim it, but we're going to paint it. We're going to insulate the underflooring in the basement, the ceilings in the basement, and then we're going to put it on the market. We had the house assessed recently, and in the state it's in, it's worth about 135,000 pounds. And Kim, I will tell you in a private email how much more that is than we paid for it, but for all intents and purposes, it's a bit. And we're just going to turn around and pay cash for our next house and not have a mortgage. So yeah. So yeah, that's what's been going on. This has been 20 minutes long. I'm sorry I had a whole rant about the neighborhood and things. I just think it's a horrible thing that people are on either side are racist and on this side inconsiderate, because we would never do that. If we were having a bunch of construction done, like when the floors get done, and I don't really need to say anything about the skimming because that's not allowed, but I will. But when the floors are going to be done, I'm going to go next door and let him know that the floors are going to be done, so it might get loud. There's going to be people moving around. And Ian said he's going to go next door and let them know that we're going to put a petition up on the patio wall. And Ian said that if he asks, he will tell him why that petition's being put up. So it's sad, but yeah, gotta be done. Anyway, the only other thing, I do have knitting because I did sit and knit when I wasn't feeling well. But that's downstairs. The only other thing I have, which was from right before, hang on one second, which was from right before I started to not feel good. And one of them is downstairs. Ooh, see all the fabric? Gonna get busy today. Is I got some new bag designs done. So this has got a vinyl pocket in the front. See? Snap's gonna go here to keep it closed. But I would just put some things in it so you could, you know, see where you can get in it. And so these bags will be going up. So that's the inside. For some reason, you know, Sod's Law, sales increased 2 days after I got sick on my Etsy shop, but mostly on my other and eBay. And so Ian had a Monday where he was feeling a tiny bit better. So, but I was shivering. Actually, we were going to get ready to go, and I went upstairs and got in the shower and then put my pajamas on and went downstairs and said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm really sorry, but I'm not. And I broke into tears. And I covered up, and I was shivering, and he went and posted all my packages for me. Bless him, he's such a good guy. And then he went to the grocery store, because we haven't been on a proper grocery shop since February. But on my savings, I still got stuff in the freezer, so we did really well. But yeah, so that was good. But I got some new bags. There's another bag downstairs that I did that's got like elastic pockets on the outside, in a coordinating fabric. So I'll show you that next time. And that shitty sweater, the one that I said I was working on because I had to tear Ian's out, that's nearly done to the bottom. I've got, I think, 2 rows left, and I'm just going to do some, I'm either going to do a 1x1 rib or a 2x2 rib on the bottom, just so it doesn't curl up much, and that's only for 2 rows. And then I got to do the sleeves. Not sure how I'm going to do them. Or frankly, if I'm going to do them at all, and I'm not just going to bind off. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so that's about all I got to say. That was a lot, because it's 21 minutes, and I never do 21 minutes, do I? Anyways, I'm really sorry about the personal stuff and that long rant. I just, like I said, I can't live in a place that harbors terrorists, encourages racism on anybody's side, and certainly not where we're disturbed every day and we're intruded upon every day. I get that it's a semi-detached, I understand that, but I don't look in anybody's windows, and I don't expect anybody to be looking in mine. So yeah, so there you go. Oh, one more thing. I got some dressmaker rulers today, and I finished that ugly well, it's not a temporary jacket. What is it? It is a test jacket. Hang on, I'll get it. Shit. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm stiff. Sorry. Where is it? Aha. Right here. So, this is that jacket that I was doing as a tester with the crappy fabric that I wanted to get done. So, sorry. It's all like discombobulated because I just yanked it out of a cupboard, but that's the back. You can see the darts kind of in the back. This wasn't the best fabric to do it on, but it was the only fabric I had for testing. It fits fine. All of my pattern increases worked well. Sleeves came out well. This is the lining. I had to use a really stiff interfacing because that's all I had. The back facing went in okay. The collar came out okay. And the only thing I mucked up was it this front? Or this front? It was this front that I mucked up because I didn't have the collar down far enough. But this one came out well. So it's ugly, and I'll probably wear it as a garden jacket to dig in the soil if I need to. But yeah, I was really surprised at how well it, trying to find the sleeve seam here. There we go. How well it came out, given the fact that that was the first time I've ever increased the size of a pattern. So yeah, there we go. Ugly jacket. Ta-da! Yeah, so I should probably take my dress down too. Don't go, I'll be right back. So what do I have to do today? I have 2 loads of laundry to do today, and I have to do some ironing for Ian's work, and I was going to sew on that shirt, but no, I'm not. Now let's get back to these. So I got Dressmaker. The people at eBay made a mistake and sent me 2, and I only ordered 1, and I went and checked, and I only paid for 1. So I'm going to be honest and call them and say, hey, you sent me 2, I ordered 1. Where do you want me to send this back to? Because, you know, you shouldn't steal from people, should you? Anyway, hang on, this isn't very good. You know what, Kim? It's probably just me and you at this point anyway, so bear with, honey. I should never use these scissors for that. Those are my Gingers, by the way. Aren't they pretty? They're so shiny. Ginger. I'll never be able to afford another pair of them again. Now that I'm not working anymore. Yeah, so Dressmaker's ruler. I got this because when I was making that pattern, there were curves in that, obviously, because there's, in that jacket, there's a front panel and then a front side panel, and it needed a curve, and I didn't have any way to do it. So I got myself, if I hold it here, you probably can't see it very well. I'll hold it up here. There. So I got myself a Dressmaker's ruler so I can do those curves. So yeah, it's all right. They are very flimsy though, but they would be because I only paid like £2.79 for it. But yeah. So there you go. Dressmaker's ruler. So now I can do that. Get that done. That other fabric that I have cut out is another one of those baseball t-shirts. In that tie-dye and that purple. So I'll get to that as soon as I can, but I really feel like dog shit. Sorry, that's not bad compared to how it's been. So yeah, I really need to get on it. But anyway, now it's been a half an hour I've been yammering on. So sorry. I gotta get her out because it's 7:46 and she hasn't been out for a week yet. Bad mommy. Anyway, 1.8 pounds down. So if you're working hard at it, keep working hard at it. It'll happen. Just slow going. It'll happen. Anyway, stick to it. You can do it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.